How is everybody doing? Positive and productive, I hope. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with me. Hey, do me a favor, share the content with friends, family, anybody that you think the content is relevant to. Remember, local elections are more important than national elections. The dollars are stronger than votes. They won't stop until we stop them. Liberation comes at a cost. Who is willing to pay for it? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know I need the purple hearts. I'm going to start telling you to hype the video, but I'm not there yet. So before we get to the hypes, let's drop purple hearts in the comment section. Jumping into this, ladies and gentlemen, so I don't know if you guys have heard the story. There was a story about a young man. I'm not even sure what area this happened in. They told me. I just don't remember. I was doing so much other content. But I got another area of another angle of the video, and this is the angle from the gentleman himself recording the incident which happened. And I want to talk about what I see, what transpires. So basically, the headline was a black man was almost killed by white women for just talking smack, talking trash, right? And that was what the headline said, and it said white women shoot at this black guy for just talking trash. So I want to play the video as we can see it from this guy's perspective. And you know, I just want to play what we have. So I like to get all the evidence, and that way, you know, maybe if we play another angle, it paints a different narrative. Maybe it doesn't, but I like to just play what we can understand from the interaction, and then maybe state our opinion and different things of that nature. All right, let's jump into it.
Just imagine what she be trying to tell you. I can just imagine. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, that's why that's hoes together. It's like a broke hole collision. It's like a gang of broke hoes, my nigga. Bro, it's like a gang. Look, she wanna crash out cause she broke. She wanna crash out cause she broke. Bro, hey, they be ready to crash out cause they ain't got nothing to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. Hey, what that is a bunch of hoes that ain't got nothing to lose. Bunch of broke ass hoes. Look at them ready to crash out. They ready to crash out. Look at them ready to crash out. Look at them. Look at them ready to shit crazy, man. Cause I was roasting them. They started roasting me first. Look at this. Well, she almost got me. That's where my head was, out the window. She almost got me. Look at that.
So you guys see it from his perspective. Of course, it's edited and various things of that nature, but that's a little bit more of the angle or more context to around what happened. Now, this is what I will say from this right here. I will say, as it stands right now, I don't know who fired the shot. And from what the video suggests, it doesn't say who fired the shots. So I don't want to speculate. But what I will say is this. He was saying they're broke, look at them, this and them, they some broke hoes. He had a lot of rhetoric. After the gunshots happened, he didn't have anything to say. These bitches shot at me, these broke hoes shot at me. He had no more rhetoric. So I don't want to say, like I said, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to insinuate that maybe he was talking to other people when he was clowning them. you know, I don't want to do that, because a lot of times what happens is that when we're the victims, we speculate as to what other people did, or even when we're not the victims, when we're the suspects, we speculate. So I don't want to do any speculation. I want to just say from the video, and we can go back a little bit. So now I'll say, why did he get out the vehicle? I will, and people could say, well, it doesn't matter. That's his right. That, you know, that's his. So, and this is my thing. Just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. And I think a lot of people as adults, we don't want to live by that premise right there. Like, just because I have my gun, or just because I can fight, or just because, you know, certain things I can do, doesn't mean I should go do those things. Some things you can go avoid. Like, you shouldn't get yourself in unnecessary problems, or put yourself and your family in unnecessary situations. And I'm not saying that this guy did that, but what I am saying is that when you're at a situation as adults and with a stranger in public, and we get the yelling at each other like juveniles, somebody should walk away. Like, why do we have to keep it going? Like, somebody should be the adult in this situation and say, hey, you know what? I'm an adult. I got other stuff, better stuff to do with my time than sit here and argue with a stranger when I don't know their mental stability. I don't know if they're on SSRIs or any other type of psychotropics. When I don't know, because we see various crazy things happen for less stuff than, you know, is reasonable or presented, or the force is warranted. So we see people die over parking spots. We see all kind of crazy stuff. So, but now, you know, are we to say, well, that's not going to happen to me? So me personally, I'm not wasting my time unnecessarily arguing with somebody in a parking lot, a random stranger. That's not what I'm going to do. Maybe in my younger day I would. Maybe I had something to prove. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Maybe, you know, well, I got time today, cuz. But you remember that little white boy? You guys know he had time today, but he's not alive today, ladies and gentlemen. He's not alive today. So, you know, and maybe he would have wished he didn't have time one of those times, right? Because maybe he would still have time right now. So maybe the time when he had time, he shouldn't have, and he would perhaps still have time right now. Don't let that go over your heads. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to play a little bit more of this. So, like I said, I don't want to speculate. I just want to talk about what I see and question the things that I see. So, this other vehicle, I can't zoom in on from this from what we're doing, but this other car that's sitting next to the girls, the gray colored, I don't know, it appears to be maybe like a Nissan or a Toyota, a Honda or something. Can't even tell from the roof structure, but there's somebody in there. You could tell there's like some type of a light, maybe a cell phone, something going on over there. I don't know if they're involved with the party or not. But I do know is that you have, and I don't even know if these people know each other or not. So I'm only talking about from what I see. And here's the thing. I didn't hear these girls using the N-word. I didn't hear them using that. So let's play it again.
Just imagine what she be trying to tell you. I can just imagine. Just imagine what she be trying to tell you. I can just imagine. Hey, that's crazy.
Okay, so I'm going to pause it, and we would need to do some audio extrapolation. However, ladies and gentlemen, I am pretty versed. I'm pretty versed at this, and this is what I do. So I will tell you this right here. One of the girls does use the N-word. I can clearly hear that, and I will even say this. One of the girls does say something to the effect of, I will pop that nigga right here on God. I'm not gonna lie, ladies and gentlemen. She did say that. She did. Ladies and gentlemen. I like I said from the video, I couldn't tell who the shooter was. But I heard it in the video, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play it back a little bit. Maybe you guys can hear it. I don't know, but I'm telling you, and I'll tell you exactly what was said. So I can't. She said on Buntrito, get out the car, something. It all. I don't know if she said I will pop this nigga right here, right now, or he will pop this nigga right here, right now. I don't know, but I did hear. I will tell you what I audibly heard is pop this nigga right here, right now on God. So that was uttered. Now, whether she said she will do it or someone else will do it, that's neither here nor there. Those words were uttered, ladies and gentlemen. So you guys know I have to be fair. I have to tell you what I see, what I hear, and I'm just going to call it the way I see it. So again, I'm still going to say it from this perspective, right? And listen, and this is what I like to try to explain to people. Now, I'm going to frame it from this, from what I hear, from what I see. I don't know what happened previous. I don't know exactly what happened, or was he hitting on them? Was there a miscommunication with saying hello, a parking spot? I don't know what transpired to make them have communication with each other. So I don't know that. What I am going to talk about is from the communication that we do hear that is ensuing. This gentleman had an opportunity to walk away. He took that opportunity to get out of his car. And I'm not saying right, wrong, or indifferent, but what I did preface this with is that we have opportunities, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know people's mental stability. So now, while it's all just fun and jokes to us, and maybe I'm thinking, hey, after we roast each other, maybe we might get each other's number. Maybe we might be friends. Maybe be like, okay, you pretty funny. I'm pretty funny. You got thick skin. We could both take a joke. Let's be friends. Maybe I'm thinking that's the way we're going to go with it. And maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm about to kill you. I'm about to pop this nigga right here, right now on God. So like I said, so a lot of times when we're dealing with strangers and people whom we don't know or have rapports with and understand their emotional and mental stability, like I said, when we see it's not a conversation that we really should be entertaining, when it's a lot of disrespect, hollering, I like to joke and josh with my friends and family members and people that I know can take it. And there's friends and family members that I don't like to joke with because I know they're sensitive and they have thin skin and they can't take certain type of jokes and joshing and various things. Just really quickly, I'll share an anecdotal story of two buddies of mine growing up in the neighborhood, and they were like best buddies. And one of them will say Buddy A shot Buddy B, all because of some jokes that were being told in front of girls one day. Now, these guys had over a 20-year rapport with each other. I'm talking broke bread with each other, slept on each other's couches and various things of that nature. I mean, they had an impeccable bond with each other. But this one particular day and time when there were some girls involved and there were some jokes being told and the girls were laughing maybe a little bit too hard at the jokes, guy A shot guy B, all because girls were laughing at the jokes that guy B said. So, and this was his lifelong friend. So I've seen it happen, ladies and gentlemen. That's anecdotal experience. But again, some people can take the jokes. Some people can't take the jokes. So I think it gets a point in time when you can just say, hey, you know what? I'm willing to have a conversation. Like I said, I don't know what transpired to make them start talking to each other. So, if, let's just say, for instance, if I pull up, I have a Volkswagen, right? And if I pull up in my Volkswagen, and I think my Volkswagen's relatively nice, and I'm washing or waxing my Volkswagen, I'm playing my music, and I'm enjoying my sunroof, and I'm enjoying my Volkswagen, and somebody comes and starts telling me, it's not a Benz, or it's not this, or it's not that, and I'm just saying how a conversation ensues. I'm willing to talk to you, and it's turbo, it's this, and what you got, and maybe we could talk cars, and maybe we can, become friends or have a rapport with each other and talk up and be a car, maybe that could transpire. But then if you're just one of these people and no, fuck you, your car ain't shit, motherfucker, and I'm like, oh, hey, I don't know you. Okay, I'm just gonna keep it moving. I don't got nothing to prove to you. Apparently, you're crazy. Apparently, you are. Like, so if I don't know you and you talking to me in a certain way, like you do know me, like we're familiar with each other and you're loud and you're using profanities and, hey, I'm just going to walk past it. I'm not even going to waste my time. Honestly, my time is more valuable. In my opinion, there's a buddy of mine who he made a mistake, ladies and gentlemen, which was, and he could have apologized, but here's the thing. He wanted to take a picture with somebody's motorcycle, and instead of asking or inquiring whose motorcycle it is, he just decided to get on the motorcycle and start taking pictures and doing various things. And then when asked about it, hey, this is my, and maybe the person could have said it in a better way. Maybe they could, maybe they didn't say it right at all. Maybe they, hey, you bitch ass nigga, get the fuck off my bike. Maybe that was said. And now, my friend wants to fight, and I'm not saying two wrongs make a right, but what I am saying is two rights make a left, or we'll be going in a circle. And what happened is because he was on that man's bike, and now whatever that man may have presented to him, he decided to fight that man, and not even on purpose, but a fight ensued. Somebody tripped. There were rocks or concrete barriers. I think the things where the cars park so you don't go past the little parking stall. And my friend, the one who got on the guy's motorcycle, fell and hit his head and had got like a brain clot or brain damage or brain bleeding or something, and died as a result of complications in a hospital. So a misunderstanding. It's like, for instance, number one, why did you decide to get on that man's motorcycle? And then even though you did, it didn't belong to you. It was not yours. How would you respond if you got your lowrider sitting at the park with the windows down and somebody you don't even know is sitting inside your car when you come out? How would you respond to that? So, and I'm not saying, listen, it's not what you say, it is how you say it, but tonality shouldn't be important, ladies and gentlemen. So for instance, if you are my friend, my loved one, and my family, you should want to say something that's not going to offend me. However, if what you need to say is going to offend me and it is the truth, I should have the understanding and the onus enough to accept what you're saying as the truth, regardless of how you said it. Especially if we understand the situation in which you said it therein of. For example, I have to understand that you could be stressed out. Your mother just died. You're going through a divorce. You just got fired from your job. I have to understand that you have things going on in your life, and maybe this is the third, fourth, eighth time you've probably told me the same thing, and we have to take it all in perspective, right? So now when you say, man, what the fuck did I tell you? And I could say, well, man, why are you talking to me like I'm a child? Or I could say, hey, you know what? What he's saying is correct. He did say that 8 or 9 times. He is going through a lot in his life right now. And besides the whole situation of how it was delivered, I got to understand it was true. And the merit holds validity. Whether if I agree with the methodology, the merit of it holds validity. And now I can handle it, right? See, this is what people don't understand. So now I could say, okay, even though I felt offended or disrespected by the methodology because it held merit, I could go create that issue, rectify that issue, show that I acknowledged it, right? And now bring it back to the person and now say, hey, I've corrected that. I've acknowledged what you said, done my due diligence. And now after it's been corrected, ramified, or rectified, I could say the methodology in which you approached it, I don't agree with. And I would appreciate it if maybe further or moving forward, you wouldn't utilize said methodology. Now I could break that down in nigga terms. Very simple. I could just say that like a nigga, right? But see, here's the thing. You want to go to certain places and you want to go meet certain people and get certain opportunities. Well, everybody is not going to say it like a nigga. And so that's great you know how to do it, and that's great you understand it. But if you can't express it in a way that other people can receive it, then you know what? We may not want you to do it as well too. So understand, I can break it down for you. Very simple. So what excuse me.
Just imagine what.
So very simple. My cousin, my uncle can tell me something that I deem as disrespect. And instead of addressing it right now, that I believe they're disrespecting me, I could go address the core issue of their problem. So now if my uncle comes to me one day and say, get your junky ass car from out my yard, get your punk ass dogs from out my yard. Now my uncle can come tell me that, and I could have the conversation about how he's presenting that to me right now. Or what I could do is just get my busted ass jalopy out my uncle's yard. I could get my punk ass dogs out my uncle's yard. I could do that first before I ever acknowledge it, right? And now when I move my jalopy, right? I get my punk ass busted vehicle out of my uncle's yard, right? Now I could tell my uncle, hey, Unc, I moved the punk ass jalopy. I appreciate you letting me hold my jalopy in your yard. My intentions was not to cause you pain and drama, but don't talk to me like I'm a bitch made nigga. Don't talk to me like I'm a buster, etc., etc. But the point is that instead of telling Unc he talking to you disrespectful first, you acknowledge what Unc is saying by changing the behavior. Does that make sense? And I think you'll get further. This is what happens when they say you get more bees, you get more flies and bees with honey than you will vinegar. But then there's also a saying that says bees can never explain to flies why honey tastes better than shit. But the flip side of that is that flies can never explain to bees why they prefer shit over honey. Sheesh. Niggas and flies. The more I'm around niggas, the more I'm around flies, the more niggas I despise. Something to the effect of that. I'm probably misquoting it a little bit. However, the point that I'm saying is, ladies and gentlemen, is that a lot of these different things, see, and I do these videos and a lot of these type of segments right here is for conflict resolution. Because I think a lot of times the situations are always going to present themselves. But I think how we go about, because my uncle told me a long time ago, it's not what you go through, it's how you go through it. So the situation presents itself, but now how do you go through the situation when it presents itself? What is your mental stability when it goes through? So now when you're going at the traffic light or you pull up in traffic and some random girls that you don't know start clowning you on your jewelry in your car, talking about you broke and trying to and trying to goat you into various things, do you engage knowing that maybe this could be my last day? These people may just shoot me. Listen, I'm a lot, and you see this is on X, ladies and gentlemen. I'm on X and Twitter a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It's one and the same, but X, the app formerly known as Twitter. But here's the funny thing. We have conversations a lot, and we're debating different topics, and a lot of times people will get dunked on, or somebody will win the debate or the argument, and then the next thing you know, and it wasn't any ad hominems, no disrespect, no nothing. It was a simple, they won the logical debate of the context of the argument. And the next thing you know, these people will dox them, call their job, make up lies, find pictures of their children, post them on the internet. Some of the most disgusting behavior, ladies and gentlemen, all because why? I won a debate? Or maybe I made a joke about you. Maybe I did. But now does that, and people can say, well, you can't decide how I respond to disrespect. You're right. I can't decide how you respond to disrespect. But what I can decide is if that was disrespect or not, and the merits and the intentions. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't hit the time frame that we need to hit, but you know what's happening now, ladies and gentlemen? We gotta hit the accolades that we need to hit. So listen, we're having some audio technical difficulties. I'm not gonna ask you guys for monetary support. I'm gonna tell you guys to drop purple hearts in the comment section so that the videos get promoted and shared the way we need them to. So as always, stay positive, stay productive. Remember, local elections are more important than national elections, but dollars are stronger than votes. They won't stop until we stop them. Liberation comes at a cost. Who's willing to pay for it?